If you've been looking for the motorhome to take the family out, you needed bunks, but you also want to maybe hit that sweet spot for state parks, welcome to the Entegra Odyssey 31F. Jayco and Entegra, two names when you're talking about motorhomes, instantly should bring up quality, opulence, and just overall comfort. What they have done from their J-Ride system with things like computer balanced drive shafts to the E-rated tires to the 84-inch high ceilings, Entegra makes a wonderful coach. And when you're talking about Odyssey, you're stepping up into some very nice luxury appointments that are complemented by a very nice price. Kind of hard to find a good balance in today's market, but Entegra does it. This coach, being 32 feet 7 inches, gives me bunks on the campside with a private bedroom and a pass-through bathroom. I love the flow of this coach. The space just works. And the fact that it's under 35 feet means I might be able to get in some state parks. Right here, you see me in the living area. As soon as you walk in, you're gonna see some awesome things right there by your little command panel. The main switch, you can run out your awning, as well as your leveling system that's on there. But right here on the campsite, check it out. You got seat belts for my little jackknife sofa, so if I need even more sleeping space, absolutely can, because this puppy will sleep 2, 4, 6, I'm gonna say 1 on the dinette and 1 here, so let's just call it 8. Now, if you do have the smaller couples or the smaller kids, obviously it should be able to accommodate more, but for me, a jackknife sofa, just because of the length, same thing with the dinette, I'm thinking 1 person. Love the touches that they have too, because Entegra makes a great coach. You'll probably hear me say that a few times, but take a look at the glazed cabinetry that we have here with the beveling on the inlay. Bada bing, bada boom, good storage there. Of course, you usually will have storage right above your entry point. Right here is going to be your command panel. Now, this is where you can come to cut on your generator. I'll talk more about that once we get outside. Check your tanks, check your battery, cut on your water pump, cut on your water heater, which this one happens to be both the LP and the electric, as well as tank heaters, which is a very nice thing to have, especially if you're going to be driving through some colder climates. And your gas tanks on this one are 47 fresh, 41 gray, and 31 black, which are pretty good sizes for a family motorhome. Would like to see maybe a 50-gallon, but 41 is okay. Now, right up front is going to be your bunk and your cab, or your bunk over cab and your cab. I like the space that we have here. More importantly, I really like what they did. The Entegra folks put all of your connections for your entertainment and power right here on this little arm. I like this because it's not just on the wall, which means my wall looks clean, and this is covered up visually from the rest of the coach. Sure, you can see it from this side because of where it's angled. I got the Wi-Fi boosting if I need it. The wine guard's in there, great service to get. My TV is a smart one. It's a Connects, and it's on the swivel, so I'll have good visibility pretty much anywhere inside the coach. My kid would love this space. He loved sleeping in the bunk over cab in the Class C that I had years ago, but this is also great storage space. And speaking of your cab, you got comfortable cloth captain and co-captain's chairs. You got the molded dash. You got your backup camera is going to be in your backup camera, aka your rear observation camera, and right there are your controls for your entertainment. Some great molded dash space for cups, cell phones, the whole 9, and the tilting and telescoping steering wheel that's going to give you, some good controls for whatever you need inside the coach. Really like just how simple and clean that is. Now, most motorhomes are also going to have dream dinettes. What's nice about this is a lot of times when you go to sit down at a table, you're not used to having legs there. So in RVs that have the leg stands, you usually will knock your knee, or if the kids are moving around, they're knocking knees. So this is pretty nice because there's no legs. It's a dream, so it goes down, becomes the base of your dinette here, allowing you to some versatility with more sleeping space, and you do have some storage compartments under both sides as well. But take a look at the windows that we have. Not only are they framed out with the square framing, but I got the pleated shade, I got the valance, I got the LED lights, and they are huge. These are massive windows. So for light and for a cross breeze, this is going to be pretty awesome. But if I'm sitting here at the dinette, I got to be thinking about that camp cooked meal, right? Where am I going to make it? Over yonder Over here on the off-cam side is where we're gonna have our kitchen. I like how I have the bowl-style sink, the high-rise faucet. Now, this is T-mold on my countertop. So I would advise to go ahead and get like maybe a silicone or something that's gonna be waterproof. Put yourself a bead there for additional protection. Because if water does get in there, the T-mold could pop off. But when you're talking about price point, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, do I upgrade and get one that has pressed surface countertop or even solid surface, or do I stay in this sweet spot with the price point? Because I got a nice AC, I got ducted, I got pull-out drawers, full extension on drawer guides, plenty of storage. For your cooking, you got the Suburban 2-burner cooktop with the tempered glass cover, got my range and hood, more storage up above that, as well as my sink. Then I have the upgraded microwave too. So this is the speed cooking microwave. And it has the convection as well as the grill function in there. Big fan of that. Underneath is just a little bit more storage. Not really pot and pan, but I like how they gave me storage. They're maximizing the space that's in here. And when you're talking about a coach that can sleep 8 people, that's pretty nice to have. Acrylic front, 12-volt fridge freezer combo. That thing's running too. Woo, that's nice and cold. Tell you what, on a hot day, that'll be nice. Some additional storage space over here, as well as there. And then your Coleman Mach AC controls are right here. But to me, this was probably the best thing they did inside this coach. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, when you're talking about motorhomes, especially ones that can sleep this amount of people, a lot of times your bathroom has one entry. So if it's close to the primary suite, chances are you're gonna be waking somebody up. But with the 31F, you got yourself a double access pass-through. And I love that because I can come use it and not disrupt the people sleeping in the bunks or the booth, the dinette, or the bunk over cab, and vice versa. Then they added some pretty cool little appointments. I mean, even just putting these decorative shelves right here, it looks good, but it's also functional. I got the high-rise plastic bowl with the foot flush. I got the neo-angled corner mount shower with the shower head, brush nickel. I got my controls right there, the shelf for my soap and shampoo, plus the contact glass. And people have asked me, what's the deal with the neo-angled showers? The deal is, with a coach this length, you still need a full shower. But more importantly, you need some space. So if they would have done a 30 by 36, this coach would have had to go probably a couple of feet longer. Having the neo angle means I can't move forward and back, but I can turn side to side and I have enough space. So, is it tight? Yes. But at the same time, do I have enough room to get everything done here with the doors closed? Absolutely do. I can turn sideways and have my arms up like this. And here, let me open the door. I'm gonna have to hold it with my elbow because it's gonna close on me. But I could literally do this and I'm not touching the wall or the glass. So you do have some room, it's just not as much as like a 30 by 36. Then you got the stainless steel sink, you got the mirrored medicine cabinet, more storage underneath your vanity. And once again, T-mold, which I would highly suggest just doing additional sealing or making sure you try your best not to get water in it. Now, your main sleeping spaces, I'm gonna cover both of those, but which way am I gonna go? Let's start right here. Motorhomes and bunks, when they get it right, it's a sweet thing, man. Now, single over single with storage underneath, drawer space. I really like what they did there and the privacy curtains. The thing I like about this is they got it in a coach that's less than 35 feet. Very nice touch, Entegra, very nice touch. And it's a single over single, so you could fit an adult up here. You still have the solid pocket door giving you some privacy to the primary suite, which has your queen size bed in here. But look what's underneath. A lot of times in motorhomes, this space is where you're gonna find wiring and components, so you won't have storage. This is not only storage, it's accessible from the outside. So if I had like maybe my bag or something, it was raining outside, I didn't wanna go get it, I could lift this up. I got the little holder bar right here to hold it up for me, so I don't have to keep holding it up with my hand, and I can access it. I really like the functionality of that. They gave me storage up top, they gave me end tables, nightstands, whatever you wanna call them. Then I got mirrored ward space over here, drawers under that, and then a whole chest of drawers right here. So I got a wardrobe and an armoire all in one. Big old window to give me even more light, and that's also my emergency exit. And that's it. Pretty clean, pretty simple, right? For a family that's looking to get out for the first time in a motorhome, I gotta tell you, I think the Entegra Odyssey might be a good place for you to start looking. And since we're talking about looking, let's go talk a little bit about the construction, the engine, and other things on the outside. And here we are on the outside of your all-new Entegra Odyssey SE 31F. This is the 31FF because it happens to be seated on the Ford F450 chassis. So you got the 7.3-liter V8 engine in that beauty, 325 horses, 450 pound-foot of torque, like the extended mirrors. And the thing with Jayco, everything from the Hellwig springs to the computer balanced drive shaft, they give you some upgrades to make this ride much smoother, and I appreciate it. They also give you, if you see this, a full molded front cap. It's not just one that's wrapped around the side, it's a full front cap. Love that. Huge awning with the LED light strip. You got a mix of storage, and I kind of like what they did here, but I also kind of don't. And here's what I'm talking about. I am so used to seeing the rotocast storage, right there's your LP by the way, that seeing the metal, it's nice, but it's also like, I kind of miss the rotocast. But you got your cable connection and power. If you want to set some outside entertainment, you absolutely can. This also has the automatic transfer on it, so if you want to go from power to Jenny, you can. Storage, got the E-rated tires with TPMS on there, 80% tint on your sealed safety windows, storage, and I really like what they did with the storage here in the back. They gave me finished off up top, right under my bed in that primary bedroom. Got the metal down below. 4x4 sewer hose storage there, 7,500 pound hitch on this bad boy. Very nice addition with the 7-pin. Backup cameras right there. Right there's that emergency exit window in our primary bedroom. Low point drain, storage, terminations, and that off-camp super slide that we have right here housing the bunks and pretty much everything that was on the off-camp side. So power connection, I can secure. Oh, I passed it, Dan. I'm sorry, buddy. I walked right by it. So here, I like what they did here too. So you see how I have my external command center? Let me go ahead and cut the light on. I got my water pump here. I got my shower with hot and cold, city water connection. I got my switches, so if I need to do going from city to fill to normal to sanitization or winterize, I can. And you even have your water controls down there too. I don't know if you can see them, but you can cut those off down there if you need to. Very nice that this is all just in one little spot right here. Excuse me while I get my pocket caught on the corner of the slide. Can you do that? I can, because I'm tall and goofy. Okay, going off the grid. Another great thing about motorhomes is when you're able to go off the grid, because a majority of them come with a generator already on them. This one happens to have a pretty sweet combo because you got the Flex Power 4000 generator. So this is going to run off of both gas and LP, giving you the option to do both. So if you don't want to drain your gas tank, but you got plenty of LP, not doing a ton of cooking, bam, you got the option to switch them around. Got to tell you, man, for the family's first motorhome, if you don't have anything to tow a bunkhouse travel trailer or a bunkhouse fifth wheel with, this is exactly where I'd start. You can just grab the keys and go. More importantly, you're going on a coach that has tremendous suspension, great build quality, and a name that is known in the industry for creating a good RV. Very good. Add that to the fact that they also have really good warranties. That's a peace of mind that hopefully will make you say, you know what, this is a good investment. More importantly, I can finally take my family on the vacations I've been wanting to take them on without having to worry about setting up a hotel, getting a plane ticket for 6 people. I can just put them in the car and go. I'm not saying I'm trying to plan your vacation. I'm just trying to help you get to the point where you can. So if you want to check out the Entegra Odyssey 31F, rv.campingworld.com, or just come on into your local Camping World. And if you're saying, Chris, this is cool, man, what else you got? We got a ton. We got a ton. But click like, subscribe, and notify. And please leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about this bad boy, especially if you found this useful. I'm Chris Young for Camping World. Hope you enjoyed the beautiful Entegra 31FF, 32 feet 7 inches, can sleep 8. I think this might be your sweet spot. Tell me if it is. I'll see you soon.